Every sport has its arenas that become more than just places. Part of history itself, they become legends. And such is the case here in Darlington, South Carolina, the Darlington International Raceway. Legendary Darlington International Raceway, the Busch Grand National Series race. They'll go 200 miles today. This is the 8th annual Country Squire Homes. There you can see the very front row. A couple of Winston Cup regulars up front again. There is Jeff Bodine on the inside and Dale Earnhardt on the outside. Several of them have made today's field. And here is the complete today's lineup. On the pole in car number 15 is Jeff Bodine. It's not a new track record. He is flanked by another Winston Cup regular, Dale Earnhardt in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Row number 2, Daryl Waltrip, a very familiar name. This is a Chevrolet, and Jeff's brother Brett in the Thomas Brothers Country Ham Oldsmobile painted bright orange is in 4th. In row number 3, one of the Grand National regulars, Jimmy Hensley, driving a new car this year, owned by Sam Ard, and the defending champion on the outside, car number 21, Larry Pearson. In 7th and 8th position, car number 84, Mike Alexander on the inside. That's a Buick, one of the few in today's field. And on the outside, Donnie Allison in the Jersey's Buick. And we've got a green flag, Benny.
We sure have. Down in turn 1, Jeff Bodine gets a jump on Earnhardt.
No caution flag, Benny, and they're side by side for the lead. You can see Earnhardt going to the inside of Jeff Bodine as they go into number 1. We've had our first lead change. Now, no yellow flag. Mark Martin is tearing through the pit area in the backstretch. He is trying to preserve his lap. It might be close. Watch for the red and white Thunderbird to emerge. He stayed in the pits.
Earnhardt and Bodine starting to put a little distance on 3rd spot. Right now, 3rd spot belongs to Brett Bodine, Jeff Bodine's younger brother.
Benny, it's very obvious that when they were paying so much attention to each other, it gave Brett and Waltrip an opportunity to catch up. Now that they've settled down and Jeff has decided, well, I'll follow for a while, they're pulling away.
We're back. Meanwhile, we're back at the leaders, and Earnhardt right on the back bumper of Bodine. That smoker was Jimmy Horton, Larry.
Jimmy Horton. Jimmy, of course, is the modified driver from the upper Northeast. The black flag coming out for Jimmy. Jimmy, by the way, is a man who was tutored for a little bit by Bobby Allison a year ago, as the leaders have already now begun to move through slower traffic. All 30, well, make that 37 cars. Horton is pulled off and Martin is not back out yet, but 37 cars remain on the track as John Linville gets a lap put on him, as does the number 0 car of Mike Skinner, two of the people who started near the back of this pack.
Wow, did you see Earnhardt come off the 2nd corner? It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I don't know what he did going through the first and 2nd corner that time, but he came off too like he was shot out of a cannon.
You know, Benny, officially, this is one of those races we've had only 3 or 4 lead changes, but unofficially, that's treble. There's 3 times that, I think.
It looked like I think Jeff Bodine mentioned it with Dr. Jerry Punch earlier on, that he was concerned about the car accelerating off the corner, the V8 accelerating off the corner. That may have been why Earnhardt was able to get away from him.
Those of you who like to keep score at home, our first caution flag today was on lap 42. The leader, Jeff Bodine, is in. They're looking at the right side tires. They're looking at the left side. The car is jacked up. So far, no tire changes, splashing in the fuel that they need to go the rest of the race.
There's some confusion back on Earnhardt's car. They're looking at the tires, and now they're finally bringing the jack along. Daryl Waltrip goes by, leaves Earnhardt sitting on the jack. Earnhardt is still in the pits. They have decided to change the tires.
Well, Benny, Brett Bodine is in, L.D. Oettinger is in, the number 5 car, Jimmy Hensley is pitted, Larry Pollard is in the pits.
Tremendous amount of smoke out of Brett Bodine's car.
Dick Bergman has been right down there watching these pit stops. Dick, what'd you see?
Well, what I saw, Larry, was that Dale Earnhardt's team indeed did have some indecision down here, and there may be a good reason for it. This team is accustomed to having his Winston Cup crew service this automobile. The only man I see here from the Winston Cup team is his crew chief, Kurt Shelmerdine. Interestingly enough, they are preparing to bring Earnhardt back in again, so this is a crew that does not ordinarily work back together. So as good as Earnhardt is going, the next time he comes in, he'll be going better when he goes out.
Well, you've heard in a poll in a China shop, we've got a car that's got a flat right tire apparently somewhere. That's Bobby Dragon. It appears as though he may have touched the outside retaining wall. The leaders had just blasted through a pack of cars that Bobby was a part of. Jimmy Hensley has pulled into the pits as Bobby Dragon comes to a stop on the outside of turn number 2. There's a replay. See if we can pick up what happened to Bobby. We don't see him in the shot yet. Well, there he is on the left side of the screen, Benny. It looked like it was just the old Darlington stripe. That wall kind of jumps out at you when you come off at number 4.
I really don't know what happened. I didn't see if he hit the wall or just something happened to the right front tire, but he stopped the car up against the outside retaining wall coming off the second corner.
Well, one of 15 Buicks that entered today's race. We're going to go back and look at this one more time, Benny. You know, traditionally, there's been a bump in number 4, which all of you used to anticipate.
Well, there used to be a bump there, but it isn't there anymore. And, you know, it really can confuse you because you used to use that bump to set yourself for the straightaway. Now the bump isn't there, and you really don't know what to do when you come off the corner. And maybe Dragon just did touch the wall coming off.
Again, as a service for those of you at home who have called or written to us, told us, hey, I like to keep score. Lap 80 was caution flag number 2. Remember, the first one was back on lap number 44. Pit stops. Here come the leaders. Jerry Punch is in Daryl Waltrip's pit.
Daryl Waltrip brings the Chevrolet to a halt, and Eddie Jones and the crew will go to the left side of the car and change left side tires. And we talked to Eddie a little bit ago. They made only a 2-tire change, a right side tire change up to the first caution. Now they get fresh left side rubber. They will drop the car off the jack. A little bit of trouble with the left rear, and Waltrip is down and away. Pretty good pit stop.
Well, all the leaders are in. Jeff Bodine's car, incidentally. There you see it on the screen. They're getting new rubber all the way around. Dale Earnhardt is another of the leaders that is in. You can see a 4-tire change going on in that pit too. Exiting the pits right now is Jeff Bodine. I don't know where the other 2 leaders are right now. I can't tell if he's going to be ahead of Earnhardt, that's for sure. Earnhardt is pulling out. But Daryl Waltrip was the first of the leaders that came out, so Daryl Waltrip is going to inherit the lead, so to speak. We are back under green at the Darlington International Raceway. Larry Newber with Benny Parsons, and joining us in the pits, a couple of doctors, one of medicine and one of philosophy. The one of medicine is Jerry Punch, and the one of philosophy is Dick Berggren. As we go back to green, Dale Earnhardt, who was one of 4 drivers who did not pit under that brief yellow flag, leads this race. There you can see our pit summary at 114 laps. Coming out in 6th was Jeff Bodine. Out in 5th was Daryl Waltrip, and Dale Earnhardt, no pit. The other 3 were Brett Bodine, Jack Ingram, and Ed Berrier. But Jerry Punch, why do you know Dale Earnhardt did not pit?
Well, we'll find out. Let's ask Kirk Shelburne, the crew chief. Kirk, why didn't you come in on that caution flag?
A couple of reasons, Jerry. We're having trouble with traffic cars. It's so narrow here, it's hard to pass right. And the last set of tires we put on really handled good, and it was just kind of a gamble, but we think the car ran a little faster the way it is on the old tires, and with a little jump on the other cars starting first, it should pay off. I guess we'll see.
Well, it should pay off. They want to keep that car out of that heavy lap traffic back in the field, so Earnhardt electing not to come in, to stay out there and lead, hopefully, to the checkered flag.
140 laps officially are in the books as Dale Earnhardt scoots around the high side of the number 02 car, the Bergsmobile, running here in the latter stages of the Busch Grand National event at Darlington. There's the winner, Dale Earnhardt, getting the lead. You see Teague going by right in front. Here comes Jeff Bodine getting second. The battle for third coming up. Brett Bodine drops low in that bright orange car, and Brett Bodine holds on to third, and Daryl Waltrip in the white red top machine is fourth. Well, Benny, it's like watching a Winston Cup race so far in 1987. Earnhardt wins. Bodine is running right up there to the front. Earnhardt's a factor.
Yeah.
Waltrip is a factor.
Waltrip is a factor. And Brett Bodine, he gave a good account of himself today. With no more experience than he has on this type of racetrack, I thought Brett Bodine today did a super job.
Well, maybe Cale Yarborough is right. Cale said that he observed Brent a year ago, and he really thought that Brett Bodine was going to be one of the stars of the future. And I guess next week will be a big step in that direction. We'll find out just how strong that Brett Bodine can be in the Winston Cup division. So Dale Earnhardt moves up his winning total to 11 in this division. He's had a very strong 1985, 86, and it looks like 87 will be more of the same. Welcome back to the Darlington International Raceway, where the man on the screen right now visits Victory Lane for one of the many times. And one of the few people who has been in Victory Lane more than him in the last couple of years is the guy on the right in the blue shirt, our Dick Berggren. Dick?
Well, Dale Earnhardt, this is usually a very close race, but today you were ever so strong.
Well, Jeff was awful strong at first. You know, we changed tires and changed the stagger on the tires, and it really helped us. And that last stop, we just decided not to change at all. We had a pretty good combination, and it proved out for us. We drove on off from them.
Whose decision was it on that last stop to not change tires?
Well, a little bit of Kurt's and mine, the guys in the pits, you know. Really, we didn't have tires changed, didn't have any new ones put on.
Now, the first pit stop didn't go well. You had problems. It was a long pit stop. The second one went quite well. You went with your own guys rather than with the regular Wrangler team. Why did you do that, Dale?
Well, we're trying to break him in right, and, you know, we're going to run a lot of short tracks this year that my Winston Cup crew's not going to be there, so I want the guys to really get in tune, and the only way they're going to do it is do it, you know, everyday work.
Now, we've got a big race here at Darlington tomorrow that ESPN will cover. You're going to be in that race. What did you learn today to help you then?
Well, if I told you, everybody know. I'm going to keep it a secret. You know, the racetrack held up good, and, you know, it was real comfortable all day. The tires were consistent, and the car ran consistent, so I look for a good race tomorrow.
Are you better off than the Winston Cup drivers, I'm sorry, that did not run today? Did you learn enough to really make this thing profitable besides the win, besides the money?
I think so. I think the practices that we got today is going to be really helpful tomorrow.
There's a happy Dale Earnhardt in victory lane here.